Hello, juicy, beautiful souls. So, what does it mean to age? We have been sold a bill of goods. And you know what? I'm not buying it. So, what does it mean? I read this thing once about why doesn't Madonna, who's 53, want to age? And I mean, honestly, the way that aging has been portrayed, who the hell wants to do that? So I set my sights with my guides last year when I was 74. This year, I'm 75. And today, 25 years ago, was my first day of freedom. So what do I mean by that? Well, I quit my day job 25 years ago when I turned 50 because I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't buy into the system that didn't work for my clients. I couldn't any longer buy into a system that didn't work for me. So I bought out. I said no. And I left my day job 25 years ago yesterday. So today is my first day of freedom 25 years ago. Now, has it all been peaches and cream and roses? Nope. There were some thorns along the way. But you know what happens when you're resilient, when you never give up? Well, things get better. Hey, Hector. Hi, Meg. So, hi, Lorraine. So what I want to tell you is that the way that modern medicine has told you about the ideas of yourself and how after a certain age, women in particular, you're no longer juicy, you're no longer desirable, you are no longer wanted. And so most of us, we buy into that. We put ourselves over there on a little shelf and we go, well, now I'll be the grandmother or the grandfather, and I won't have anything to contribute. Well, I'm going to call bullshit on that because elders have a lot to contribute, especially when you don't give up on yourself. So I set my sights for 47. And the reason I set my sights for that is because I was in training at 47 to mountain climb. So I was disciplined. Thank you, Hector. I was disciplined. I was determined. But you know, none of that has gone away. I'm more determined now that I'm in the last quarter of my life to do something. You know, we work ourselves up to doing something, and then most of us don't do anything. We buy into the old medical model that once you meet menopause for men and women, that there's no life force left in you, that you wisen up, weasel up, dry up, and give up. But let's bust that paradigm along with the other paradigms we're busting. You know, my life is juicy. It's got a purpose. It's got a direction. And I'm determined to make it happen. Hi, Barbara. So, if there's something on your heart, and you know, my heart all those years ago said, you know, there's a better way for my clients to get healthy than to sit and talk about it over and over the next week and over the next week and over the next week, and all for 50 minutes. Oh, sorry, time's up. What can you do in 60 minutes? You know, you can't even bake a lasagna in 60 minutes. So, what I believed was that there was a better way. And I believe deeply that my clients deserved that. So I hiked up my big girl panties and I walked out the door. I did my first vision quest. And they told me, Your life is not like other lives. Your life is like a winding river. It's not a straight path from here to there. And if you notice that about your own life, your life is not a straight line. There's going over there and picking up this information, coming back, implementing, learning a little more, going over there, finding out something. Hey, Steve, good to see you. So, what is it that's on your heart to call into creation? And if you're like me in the last quarter of your life, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to buy into how you're going to get more stoved up, less able to move, or are you going to defy that? Well, I say, let's be rebels. Let's do it together. Let's revolt against things that don't resonate with us. Don't buy into stuff that doesn't make your heart sing. There is no purpose in that. And as a matter of fact, when you do, what happens is that you get less and less energetic, and pretty soon you're one of those couch potatoes. Well, I say, let's seed some things for our lives. Let's go ahead and look forward with joy. Let joy be your success. You know, for me, it's bliss. Follow your bliss. Because, you know, we have short little lives. And when we give them over to doing things that we don't want to do, with people we don't want to do them with, and, you know, 55% of folks who went home in the grand conundrum, they don't want to go back to the office. So can you find a place that makes your heart sing, that you can do more from, that you can heal your old wounds? Now, a really great way of healing your old wounds, I'm going to get close for a second, so look out, is to cut the cords. You don't have to go back and remember it and forgive everybody and do all of that. You just see that situation right there and you cut the cord and you make it so you can hear the knife sing. And cutting the cords, you might have to do it 40 times. 40 is a great number. But you may have to do it a number of times just to get it done. And when you cut the cords to your old beliefs about how life is, about what's possible for you at whatever age, just cut the cords from that. Create your own life. We are creators of our reality. And life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. When you begin to believe this, then your perspective changes. And honestly, right now is a great time for a perspective change. Hi, Steve. So, what's working in your life in your favor? What do you love about your life? Write it down. Make it concrete. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it on your steering wheel. These are the things I love about my life. And then do more of those things. And do not, well, if you're like me, you're not going to buy into the medical model of aging, where you get arthritis and any other itis. Itis, I-T-I-S, I'm going to give you a little tip. I-T-I-S is merely inflammation. All inflammation, ooh, the medical guys are going to get me. But in my opinion, this is how you do a caveat. In my opinion, all inflammation starts in the gut. And when you have a healthy gut, there's no room for inflammation. So ginger and aloe are part of my almost daily routine. And find things that make you laugh. Find things that bring joy into your heart. Take a moment and wonder if you're at this place in your life, if you're over 50, over 60, what the heck are you going to do with yourself? And it's okay to shift and change and shape shift and grow and evolve, because that's your destiny. Growing, evolving, ever-changing beings. Do you know that last night when you went to sleep, a whole bunch of your cells died off. Brand new cells were made. You were just sleeping. Now, when you go to bed, if you give yourself a little hint, in the morning, I'm going to wake up better and better than I was before. In the morning, your cells are programmed for that. Better and better. And here's a little thing that I never understood. I never understood, and still don't, how it is that if your cells are dying off, why do you have the same disease the next day? And maybe it's not necessary. And disease, there is no such thing. It's dis-ease. It's not disease. There's no Z's in there. No Z's in there neither. So we mispronounce things and take away the meaning. It's dis-ease, discomfort. So if you're entertaining any of those, then talk to yourself at night before you go to sleep and say to yourself, I'm a highly evolving being. Tomorrow, every part of me is better and better. And then meditate a wee bit, 10 minutes, that's all you need. Meditate on that, think on that. Focus your attention and your energy on every day I am better and better. Every day I am healthier and healthier. Every day I am more joyous and more joyous. Every day is a new experience. And according to Deepak Chopra, every day is a brand new slate that we get. Every day we get a redo. So use that. Use those opportunities. So give yourself a little programming at night. Set your sights on whenever you feel like you were the healthiest and move in that direction. And if people used to live hundreds of years, then do you think when they got to be 75, they went, oh, cashing in my chips now? No. When they got to be 475, they said that. When they got to be 775, they said that. So what happened? We got told a lot of stuff. And when we're told things, most of us become like sheep. We go, okay. And then we follow that. But I'm going to tell you what my mama told me. She said, Sheila, don't be a sheep. Anyone can be a sheep. Be a shepherd. So shepherd your life. Tend to your life. And don't allow false beliefs to guide your life. And the medical model about aging, and women in particular, is just not my truth. So what is your truth? Let's raise the vibe to love and start there. So my truth is I am love. And you know, I'm grumpy, I'm bitchy, but it goes away. And then I'm back to love. Because when you love on something enough, everything changes. And you know what it is that changes? Voila! You, me. That's how it works. And when you shift your perspective about something, when you say, no, I'm not buying into that. I refuse to be non-juicy. I refuse to not have a sex drive. I refuse to just be put on a shelf. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to an even more juicy, vocal, impactful, influential life. So as you do that, as you set your sights on something and you move in that direction every day, taking action in that direction. And thank you to those of you who respond and comment. And when I respond back to you, you respond again. This is connection. This is the age of Aquarius. And so let's bring it home, sending love and light, busting old beliefs that don't serve, shifting into a new paradigm, seeing ourselves different, and doing what makes our hearts sing. All right, let's bring it home. And, you know, through this, I call it the Grand Conundrum. Through this Grand Conundrum, I started drumming back in March 2020. And I could only drum right-handed. I didn't know how to drum left-handed. So I said, I'm all about balance, balancing the feminine side and the masculine side, matching it up so you're a whole being. So I decided to teach myself how to drum left-handed. The final mastering, I'm doing this now, the final mastering is in the Bring It Home drum beat, which I haven't mastered yet. So as you begin to change your attitude about yourself and how you're going to age and what it means to be in the last quarter of your life, as you begin to look at these and go, I'm not buying into that. That's not me. That's not going to serve me be a better human. Buying into all of that, you know, my joints are going to hurt, that I'm going to wake up sore, that I don't sleep very well, that sex is out of the question, and that I'm not juicy and alive. How is that serving me? So don't buy into that. Get yourself a new belief. Get yourself the belief that you have no idea of what's ahead of you. You can say, I have these 3 things that I want to do. 3 things I want to do. Then start taking action steps in that direction. Itty bitty ones that don't take any longer than half an hour. And then reward yourself. Sit and sip and be in that energy of, I really accomplished something today. And write down your achievements so you can look back at this beautiful life, whether it really was or not. Maybe you were struggling. You know, we all struggle. We think it's part of life. But what if it's not? What if struggle is effort infused by you, me, with negative energy? So if you pull that negative energy out of there and you look forward to things getting better and better, starting with you, your health, your vitality, your energy, your reading. Stop and read 10 pages a day. That makes a huge difference. When you implement these things in your life and then you give yourself a reward, what happens is you have more joy because it all is an inside game. You know, I can be lower than a snake's belly at 11 o'clock. I'm down here, lower than a snake's belly. Along comes 11 o'clock and I'm like, okay, all right, 90 minutes, I gotta be on. And so I set this goal for myself that 4 days out of the 5 work days, I will show up here. So what it does for me is it gives me a focus. So have a focus that's joyous. You know, this information that comes, it comes from spirit through me to you. And so find things that make your heart sing. Give yourself rewards for accomplishing something every day. As you do this, what happens is you value yourself more. You begin to, you begin to be the queen of your own life. You begin to say, you know, I don't think I believe that just because I added another few years that I'm getting less juicy, less vital, less influential, less determined, and I have less to offer. What if that's all wrong? What if you're juicier? What if you have more to offer? What if there is more to life? Because maybe you have a little more freedom of some kind, time, money, energy. And what if the things that we've been told were wrong? What if you were told a lie about life? Life is a struggle, no pain, no gain. What if all of that is erroneous? Hey, Tara. So today, sit and sip with yourself. Write down your accomplishments and then turn from that knowing, oh, these are the things that I already know about myself. Then turn and what do I desire? You know, and if you're like me, if you're in the if you're in the last quarter of your life, what do you want to call into creation? What do you want to leave behind? No, I make these videos and hopefully they'll somewhere be stored and people will pull them out. And a few years from now, they'll just laugh like crazy because they'll know all this stuff. They'll have integrated. They'll be walking their spirit talk. But what is it that you want to do? And if the old paradigm isn't fitting, and it's not, the old way of thinking about aging, it's nonsense. You can be vital, you can be alive, you can be focused, you can be determined, you can make an impact. And as a matter of fact, personally, I think it's my responsibility to do that. I believe that we created this grand conundrum so that we can fix it, so that we can go, oh, that belief doesn't work. Let's chuck that out. Let's pull this one in. And when you go and just put your hands on your heart for a moment and know that you are a magnificent creator of your reality. And as you look around, if there's some bits of your creation that are a bit mucked up, well, guess what? It's in your power to do something about them. It is in your power. And when you own that, when you go, you know what? I am 100% responsible for my life. What happens is that there's no more drudgery. And as you're cleaning things up, you're infusing it with this energy of, I take responsibility for you. And you bring it into your heart and you love on it. So let's send out some love so we can get some. Hey, Sabrina. All right, so let's energize your hands. Put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath. Feel this dense creation here that you are 100% responsible for. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for us. And right now, what the universe is offering us is a paradigm shift. So what beliefs do you want to live out of? And let's freely give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. Accept big old bowls with your hands and embrace, put it in your heart, all that the universe has for you. One last time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. And just in case no one has told you so far, you are amazing. Thank you for being here. If you're on the replay, thank you for listening. Take these things to heart and switch up one thing today, just one thing. Whatever it is, maybe in the afternoon you drink a Coke. Well, maybe this afternoon you drink lemon water. Or maybe you drink lemon water and this afternoon you drink a Coke. And when we do it from a place of joy, then you are vibing a higher vibe, and we're going to get to that 700 that love is. All right, everyone, have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.